From the only studio with a dress code to leave the building, it's Just a Show with Keith King. Tonight, Hittin the Pavement with Miley Cyrus Cookies. The return of Keith Town. And special guest, professional football player Ryan Hoag. And now, your host, Keith King.
Thank you! Thank you! Thank you so much! Welcome to Just a Show. I'm your host, Keith King. Yes. I just read this in the news. There's a new website called fakeresume.com that might help you get a new job. The website actually helps you pad your resume to get jobs that you may not be totally qualified for. Now, trust me, it works. Do I really seem qualified to be a talk show host? I'm not. We got a great show. I've got a man who's been in the NFL. He's been on The Bachelorette. And now he's on Just a Show. Ryan Hoag is here. Yes. But first, let's go to Hittin the Pavement. I am now in uptown Minneapolis celebrating my love for Miley Cyrus by giving out Miley Cyrus Cookies. Yummy. Hey, how's it going?
Okay.
Long time no see.
Sure.
What's your name?
Doug.
Doug, it's me, Keith.
Hi.
Hi. Anyway, Doug, I love Miley Cyrus. You know this, right?
Yeah.
Huge fan.
Kind of a perv, but yeah.
Yeah, true that. Yeah, we're giving out free Miley Cyrus cookies.
Yeah. Who's that?
Well, me, Keith.
Oh, okay, no, who's Miley Cyrus?
Who's Miley Cyrus? Miley is beautiful. She's talented. And that raspy voice of hers is it's so feminine.
She sounds like Selma off of The Simpsons. Too many of these.
Doug, would you like one?
How much the cost?
They're free.
I'll have one.
My love for Miley is free, and the cookies are free.
All right. What's in it?
They're chocolate chip filled with Miley love.
Miley love.
Did she make them?
Yeah, she made them herself, and I'm giving them out.
Well, where is she? We want to meet her.
Miley could not make it.
All right.
I actually have only met her once, and that was at court when the whole restraining order was filed against me.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. What's your name?
Theodore.
Theodore. How's it going?
All right.
Where are Elvin and Simon?
I don't know.
They're the chipmunks.
I know they are.
Hi, Keith.
Are you a fan of Miley Cyrus?
My sass, yes.
What's your favorite song by Miley?
The talk show. I listen to music by Bob Marley.
Are you ready for your free cookie?
Yes.
Go ahead. You just grab it and you eat it.
Okay, thanks.
It's not poison or anything. It's not.
No. Here you go. I'm going to give you a cookie back.
You don't want it?
Well, I don't know. Well, yeah, you're giving me all sorts of mixed messages.
These aren't just any cookies, John. These are Miley Cyrus cookies.
Correct.
Okay, go ahead. Have one.
Thank you.
Have you ever had Miley Cyrus cookies before?
Yeah?
Yeah?
No, it's the first time.
They're sweet and tasty, just like Miley.
Oh, okay.
Would you like to grab one?
I'll grab one when you say so.
Now.
Okay.
Okay, describe the taste. Go ahead. Describe it. Mmm.
Mmm.
Miley-licious?
Mm-hmm. 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 Very delicious.
Are they made from a piece of Miley Cyrus?
Yeah, a piece of her body. We cut her up and put it in the cookie. Describe the taste of that Miley Cyrus cookie. You could feed one to me if you want.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Thanks, Alex. Miley.
Let me get that.
Well, Hittin the Pavement, yes. This is my sidekick, Shawn.
How you doing, Keith?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing very, very well.
It's been so long since we've done a new show.
It has been, but look at us here. We're in a new studio, a new set, a few new crew members out there.
Only problem is same old sidekick.
Well, you get what you pay for, Keith.
That's true. Well, while we were on this long hiatus, a lot has happened in life. I feel like I had some really big milestones.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I've had some big milestones, too.
I don't think they were as big as mine.
They were pretty big.
Well,
pretty big, yeah.
Why don't we compare and contrast and see whose milestones were bigger?
Sounds good. Let's do
All
it.
right. So, of course, I got married.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Okay, well, Keith.
That's kind of a big deal, right?
But, Keith, I'm still married.
Yeah, but
Look at that.
She doesn't really even seem that into you anymore.
That's a loving couple right there, Keith. That's what that
Were you
is.
telling her, hey, I'm on Just a Show? Well, yeah, but I also swam in the ocean with the dolphin. That's pretty cool, right?
Much like me, who was watching a dolphin on the classic movie Flipper.
Well, that's hardly the same thing, Shawn.
That's very close.
Okay, well, I'm going to totally beat you there. When I became a Mexican professional wrestler by the name of El Diablo who carried a large snake around.
Oh, well, very much like me, trying to eat while driving, and ended up wrestling my El Camino seatbelt, which is like a snake.
Not the same. I totally win.
It's kind of similar, Keith.
We're going to have to agree to disagree on this one. Okay. But we can definitely agree that we're going to check out what's happening in Keith Town.
What happens when we take F-level celebrity Keith King, send him to an old abandoned town, and challenge him to build a thriving new community? Find out on Keith Town.
I am so lonely. I am so hungry. So what did the producers decide to do? They're sending somebody to talk to me. Who are they sending? Big Mike from Just a Show. He's the last person I want to see right now. He better bring some food. Big Mike, he's coming into the train station. It's where anyone would come into. Hope he brought a turkey. I just feel like a turkey and a drumstick.
Hey, Keith, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you, Keith. Good to see you. How you doing, buddy? How you feeling?
I'm really hungry.
Hey, how you feeling? How's Keith doing inside?
Keith is hungry.
Hey, have you been doing your yoga?
No, I need
stretching.
Okay.
Are you feeling, Keith? You look a little pale.
Is one of these filled with food?
Food? Nah, I didn't bring any food.
Big Mike shows up. No food. And he just wants to be my buddy and he wants to make me feel better. All I need is some food.
Keith. Yeah. I just need you to focus.
Okay.
Focus.
Focus.
I seem to be hallucinating a lot.
Keith, you feeling a little bit better, buddy? Keith, what the hell are you doing?
I'm eating, you big turkey.
Keith, snap out of it. Keith, I am trying to help you. I'm trying to help the inner Keith. Settle down.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a fight, and Mike severely kicked my ass. But what Mike taught me is that you have to fight for things that are important to you. And I realized that Keith Town is important to me, and I'm going to fight for Keith Town. They love Keith Town.
They love it. Keith, remind me to never be around you when you're hungry.
What good would you do me? You're a little skinny white guy. No meat at all.
That's a good point, Keith.
I need something with a lot more to take a bite out of.
Be like an appetizer, probably.
Yeah, you'd be more like an appetizer. Well, Shawn, we're going to go to a break. When we come back, I've got a special interview with Ryan Hoag. Yeah! We'll be right back.
Yeah, it's Big Show, and this is just a show, so when you figure out what the heck we're doing, we'll let you know, all right?
I've got no clue.
I don't have a clue. Does he look like he has a clue?
I'm nervous. You're not going to hit me, are you?
No, I am thinking of a little man love, though.
Oh. Welcome back to Just a Show. I'm joined by a man who's been a pro football player, a teacher, a tennis coach, a reality show star, and now here you are in Just a Show. This is Ryan Hoag.
Thanks for having me, Keith.
That's quite the list.
Well, I wouldn't go reality TV star. I'd go reality TV cast-off.
Yeah, two episodes, that's something.
Yeah, top 15. That's what I tell people.
There you go, that's something. We'll talk a little bit about The Bachelorette in just a little while, but I want to talk a little bit about your NFL career because it's such a fascinating thing. You were on a number of different squads. Kind of explain your career in the NFL.
Sure. Well, much like your career, I got drafted in 2003.
Yep. I was drafted to the Bigs.
I can tell by the size of your, that black suit kind of makes you slim, though.
Yeah, it is slimming.
But there's some muscles under there. I can tell. Anyways, 2003, I got drafted by the Oakland Raiders, and from there I've played for 4 other teams: New York Giants, Minnesota Vikings, Washington Redskins, and Jacksonville Jaguars. So the last 6 years I've been in NFL training camps. Had my cup of coffee, to say the least, with a number of big names. And
explain this to the average person to understand. You spend a lot of time on practice squads.
Right.
What do you do when you're a member of a practice squad that's so different from the regular squad? Because you're there with the whole team the whole week. So what are you actually doing?
Yeah, well, practice squad, you do everything that the team members do, except on Sundays you watch either from the sidelines or the stands or from your home if it's an away game, and they get to play. So you, during practice, instead of running your own team's plays, you're preparing and playing that particular receiver. For
you're
example,
pretending to
for
be
me.
somebody
yeah,
else.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so it's fun because you get the offense focused around you. A lot of times I was Terrell Owens for a practice, and so every ball is going to come to you, and the defense has to react.
Did you have to be a jerk while you were pretending to be?
Yeah,
or not so much.
Definitely. Throwing footballs into the stands, having the cheerleaders sign it.
A lot of showboating.
Absolutely. You got to kind of metamorphosize into those characters.
Would you say? What would you say if there was one highlight from your time of your cup of coffee in the NFL? What would be your one highlight?
Well, that's a good question.
Kind of like comparing. This is like the highlight of your professional career is this show. What if you had to break it down to the NFL? Yeah. What would be your highlight of that?
Well, a few jump out. My time in New York, playing it with the New York Giants under Jim Fossil, his last few games, that was something that was special, not only just living in New York, but playing for a team that really rallied around a coach, and they were going through some tough times, but they rallied behind him, and it was fun seeing that type of atmosphere. It was very positive and nurturing. Obviously, growing up a diehard Minnesota Viking fan, my time here was a lot of fun, and it was, the one year I've stuck on an NFL team was 2004 with the Vikings, and I was on the practice squad and active team, and getting to be a teammate of Randy Moss, that was a lot of fun. And then most recently, 2007, I had my first touchdown in a preseason game with the Washington Redskins, and that was obviously
that's when you looked at the crowd and you said, "This is for you, Keith King." I remember that really well.
No, that didn't happen.
I saw it on YouTube. I saw it.
Yeah, maybe I was like, "Hi, Mom," but
all right, maybe
close enough.
It's kind of weird, Ryan, that you call me Mom, but whatever. Really weird. I got to ask you, so last year you were on The Bachelorette.
Yes.
Is it as fake in person as it feels on TV when I watch it?
Well...
And would you say that I'm better looking than most of the guys that you were on The Bachelorette with?
Well, none of them had a ring on their finger, so I don't know that I can answer that.
All right.
But no, there is a lot of scripting that goes on. Now, they put us under a $5 million contract, so we can't really talk about the show.
Our lawyers can pretty much cover whatever.
Good.
So.
I figure
we got a great legal team.
I
Really
mean,
good.
Just look at the view we have here.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, I can
Right out of
imagine.
our window.
Exactly, and that tie. I mean, I can imagine that wardrobe alone was upwards 6 figures. So, I feel pretty confident.
Yeah, if you count the decimals there with the cents, yeah.
I feel very confident talking about, and it was one of those experiences where I'm glad I did, wouldn't do again. Hollywood, there's a lot of, negative aspects to it, and
Sure.
one of them being, the scripted part of reality TV where they'll sit you on around the campfire and be like, all right, guys, let's have a conversation about sex today.
Sure.
And, so they pull things out of you and try to elicit responses that make it more profitable for their show.
Okay. That makes sense. Now, you've done some modeling too, right?
Yeah, I've dabbled. I do it kind of just for fun. It's a hobby.
Well, what's weird is you went on auditions for modeling work, and we would show up at the same jobs all the time. We'd be competing.
Isn't that weird?
Because we're both what are we? Both like 180 pounds, 6'3",
Yeah. Well, and
good skin. That's what they look for. They usually look for good skin. You and I are both that. So
unfortunately, I came out on the winning end of those because I actually got those jobs. Whereas, but hey, you're behind a TV camera every day, and I'm just a guest.
The scene,
so here we go.
There you go. There you go. Now, what's weird is you also do some teaching at your alma mater.
Correct.
And you do some tennis coaching there, which is Minneapolis Washburn. Shout out to the Millers.
Yes. Got the opportunity to coach the men's tennis team this year. That was my best sport in high school.
All right.
And
it wasn't football.
Had the time of my life.
Why do they laugh when you make fun of me and I make fun of you? And it's like, oh, poor Ryan. Oh, poor baby.
So yeah, and I love being in an inner city setting. I love being able to give back to a place that meant a lot to me.
Sure.
And actually, this summer I'm coaching down at Gustavus at their tennis and life camp.
Your alma mater, yeah.
Yeah, so
That's the little junior college you went to. I'm just kidding. Oh,
wow.
I'm sorry, my wife went there and a bunch of her friends went there.
Better than not going to college, right?
That's true. I went to college.
Oh,
all right.
okay.
I went to the U. Well, all right. So that's pretty cool. You're getting a chance to do that now.
Exactly.
I want to talk a little bit about One Man Minneapolis.
Okay.
What is One Man Minneapolis?
Do
you have to live in Minneapolis to be One Man Minneapolis?
That is a great question, and the answer is no.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
All right.
I think you should, personally. Obviously, anybody that's from Minneapolis has that the growing up there, you have a sense of community and a sense of pride to where you're from.
And even though the city's kind of gotten to hell, it still looks cool in a photo behind us.
Yeah, it is. Well, I thought that was nice. At the back window.
No, it's a photo. Yeah. Oh. Now look closer,
I didn't
Ryan.
even notice.
Look closer.
Sorry,
All right,
I didn't go to the U. I just went to Gustavus.
So back to One Man Minneapolis. So you're competing with these other guys.
Yes, it's actually it's been called a man pageant, kind
Okay.
of. What it is it's a person that best.
I think I know what a man pageant is.
Best
okay.
Quiet on the set.
Sorry.
That best represents community service, intelligence, fitness within Minneapolis. Now they're calling Minneapolis kind of the surrounding areas, and I guess where I feel like I have a strong chance at is that I was born and raised in Minneapolis. I live there currently. I teach there currently, whereas, there are people from the suburbs, and I think I'm the only person that fits that mold. And, like I said, I have a sense of
here's
pride
my
in that.
question for you. Pretend I'm a judge.
Yep.
Why should I vote for you? Just what you said or anything else? I did look at the website, and a lot of those guys were really not that good looking, I'll be honest.
Are you calling me good looking?
Well, I'll be honest, I have a little bit of a man crush on you, but my wife is in the audience, and she has friends in the audience, and her family, her dad, they're big fans of the show, so I don't know if, how they would react to my man crush.
They actually told me that, which I was a little leery coming on the show, but that's okay, I'm here now. That would be a lot of my reasoning in terms of, if it's truly One Man Minneapolis, I feel like I, fulfill that title. And then the amount of community service I do, there's a charity portion of it, which my charity is Achieve Minneapolis, and what that does is give money back to Minneapolis Public Schools and allows kind of avenues for Minneapolis public students to, get jobs or provide some books and supplies and stuff. So it's a pretty sweet gig.
All right. Well, good luck with that.
I appreciate it.
By the time a lot of people see this, I predict...
You can let go now.
I predict you will be one-man Minneapolis.
Well,
I'm predicting. It's a prediction. I think you're going to win.
Well, you 1 in 20 chance. So
all right.
Feeling pretty good.
Good luck. Thanks so much for coming on Just a Show.
Keith, thanks for having me. That was fun.
And we're going to go to break. We're going to be back with more of the program. Thanks, Ryan. Good job.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I'm kind of fainting, but I feel alright. I'm thinking about watching Keith King tonight.
Keith King, whoa. I am like, I've made it now, haven't I?
You finally made it.
I've made it.
All those years, and now you're finally making it.
Boy, I knew if I hung in there just long enough, I wouldn't win an Emmy, but I would meet Keith King.
I can't pretend that you're only on my show, but I still think you're out of sight.
I'm doing great, and how do you think I felt when I said, hey, that's Keith King. What's he doing here?
Because I like the way you're making me laugh.
You're very charismatic.
All right, as you're a big fan of roller coasters, and I just live and breathe roller coasters.
Rock.
I like the way you're making me smile.
You're a stud.
Yeah, the tie beats out any outfit Carson's ever worn.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you.
Much style.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Energy, spirit. Hazel eyes.
Way cooler hazel eyes.
I'm on a roll. They should call me Butter, don't you think?
Pretty much.
This doesn't rhyme, Keith. I don't know about this. And at the end of the night when I go to bed, I'll be dreaming of the next week's show.
Yeah! Soul Decision! Yeah! Welcome back to Just the Show. Okay, I know you're married and you're not into dudes.
Yeah.
But if you had to choose between Ryan, Hoag, and me, who would you pick?
I know where this is going.
All right. This is weird to even talk about this?
It is kind of weird, but you gotta give the nod to Ryan. I think you do, Keith. I think you do. I mean,
on what? Just he's a little younger, but.
Oh yeah. I mean, if I'm forced to make the decision, I'm gonna have.
You're gonna pick Ryan.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I mean, geez.
Okay.
What are you gonna do? It is.
This is all getting a little weird. So,
it is. Yeah.
We should probably wrap up the show, but let's hear it for Ryan Hoag for coming out.
Yeah. Very good.
If you're not watching this on justashow.com, you should go to justashow.com. If you are, I just wasted your time, and I'm sorry for that. So we're going to see you next time. Thanks for coming out.